The woman who gets into a relationship with a married man is often the most hated and misunderstood person. The woman who stays in a marriage after the discovery of infidelity is not very well understood or respected either. I'm Sanya Bari, an infidelity specialist, a therapist, and a coach. In my practice, I've come across a few wives and girlfriends who have chosen to connect and share their experiences with each other to make sense of their reality. Keeping their confidentiality and identities intact, I'm sharing these stories so all of us can stop defaulting to judgments. And because not knowing all this makes more women prey to this kind of abuse. I've made 4 short videos to describe what these women shared. This is the 3rd video. Don't make judgments till you've watched all 4. If you hit subscribe, you'll know when the next one is coming up. Now, when these women shared their stories, they realized a common theme of what is called love bombing, as well as hot and cold behavior. They experienced this man being so exponentially amazing. He made each woman feel like no one has ever made her feel like before. He completely swept her off her feet, flooding her with so many accurate praises. The best gifts, undivided time, focused attention, basically anything and everything she's ever dreamed of. He does all this with the intensity and the fervor of hunting for prey, systematically but passionately going for the kill. It has a sense of entitlement in it, moving in while appearing devout. He'll tell you that he will be broken and will die if you don't agree to be with him. He may not be lying that he actually feels like that, but he has tendencies of being dependent and is confusing dependency with love. He will flood you in a way that you will become blind to everything, even your most trusted confidants, telling you to stop and see what's happening and how you're changing will not work. This is called love bombing. It makes you lose yourself. You start thinking, my friends are telling me to leave him because they are jealous or because they can't understand how amazing this makes me feel. You won't be wrong, but you're in danger of falling into a dark pit of dependency or codependency, which is harder to leave than love. These people can see what you can't. And you start lying to them about what's truly going on so that they can leave you alone. When the wife and the girlfriend spoke, they tallied the time and incidents and realized that when one of them gave this man a hard time, he would punish that one by pulling his attention away from her. And he was so cruel in the way he did it, and he could do it very well too. Because even though it hurt the woman so much that he was pulling away from, it didn't hurt him much at all, because he would at all times have the attention of the other one available to him. The hot cold behavior was very confusing for the women, and they didn't understand at the time how he was able to be so cold after being so nice. Now they knew when he would pull away, that would be also his chance to demand what he wanted from the women. And the women would appease him to just get him back. They didn't know what he was doing in the background, that he was always being fed by the attention and the good graces of the other, who was likely in a dry spell and very happy to receive him. This hot and cold behavior is the fuel to the fire that keeps this crazy dynamic churning. And once this codependency sets in, it's like if you have to leave him, you'll feel like you're going to die. And you start thinking that, you know what, this is what love must feel like. I guess I'm in love for the first time. It's like the best relationship when it's great, but it's terrible when it's bad. It becomes a game of how can I get back to the feeling of being loved and desired in that devotional way again. You don't realize it, that in order to have him back, you slowly have to lose more and more of who you are. And you slowly start focusing more on what the man wants and what to do and not to do to keep him. Before you know it, you have given too much of yourself away. Love never requires you to put yourself aside. It celebrates you. It doesn't demand, pull, push, control, manipulate, or ask you to change. It's gentle, kind, generous with time and attention. It's not transactional. It doesn't keep tabs on you. It may sound simple and obvious to others, but it is truly difficult to see that you are in this dynamic when you're in it. That, of course, makes it harder to get out of it. This has nothing to do with your intelligence and grit. And it has everything to do with your emotional regulation and self-esteem. The problem with the entire situation of infidelity is that it is born from a little crack in the armor of self-esteem, but once the infidelity dynamic begins, it just makes this crack larger and larger. The reason people stay in relationships like these for 12, 20 years is because they feel it'll hurt too much to leave. But the longer they stay, the harder it is to leave. I really hope this helps you. Tell me what you think of all this. Either comment below or email me at sanya@sanyabari.com. I will look out for your questions or comments. I hope to see you again. Love and light from my heart to yours.